What makes Ghibli interiors so whimsical? Studio Ghibli films have long been revered for their beautiful portrayal of everyday life. With a little bit of magic and a ton of hard work, Ghibli has created intricate worlds to house their stories. While their depiction of nature and architecture would deserve a video of its own, this video is dedicated to the interior design of Studio Ghibli movies. Needless to say, there are spoilers, so continue at your own risk. We are going to break down the 5 aspects of what makes these spaces feel so alive and whimsical, and then conclude with ideas for bringing this whimsy into your own space. Let's begin. First up, we have colors. The slightly desaturated but highly colorful environments have a way of drawing us in. From earth tones to a cacophony of color, Ghibli seems to contrast the modern desire for minimalism and monochromatic spaces. Getting technical, they lean into earthy natural hues, greens, browns, reds, and yellows. They keep their color values pretty neutral, leaving the environment soft instead of dramatic. Their lower saturation elicits feelings of nostalgia, warmth, and a lived-in vibe. They balance warm and cool tones for emotional balance, with warm colors often being associated with coziness and domesticity, and cool colors being more nostalgic. They put good use to color harmony, balancing both monochromatic moments as well as more analogous palettes. They use color to shape the mood, how they want you to feel. These spaces feel emotionally safe, nostalgic, and personal. Next is lighting. Throughout every Ghibli film, you will see countless uses of lamps or candles. There's rarely a scene with harsh overhead lighting, but rather a mix of natural outdoor light through giant windows and tactically placed practical lighting. Ghibli uses light to set the atmosphere. The lighting can make spaces feel cozy, warm, and safe. With a lack of harsh shadows, the spaces feel more whimsical and approachable. Nothing feels clinical or modern. The light interacts with the world around it for depth and sensory appeal. There is visual rhythm in lighting flickers from steam or candles. As a personal hater of overhead lighting, I can attest to the power of scattered lamps and LED lights. Even simply turning my lights to be a little bit more warm-toned has allowed for my space to feel more inviting. Third, details. Ghibli is packed full of details, and is what makes up a lot of the charm. Bookshelves full of books, chips, and cups, and the detail found in every single wallpaper, which Ghibli uses a lot of. These spaces are lived in and loved. There's living proof of existence in every picture on the wall and items strewn about. From the texture and wood grain to the patterns often incorporated into the textiles, there is so much love from the animators drawn into every scene. While we might not have complete details of the backgrounds, our brain fills it in. While there might be countless piles, our brain is able to group them together into sets based off of similarity. This is why, even though Howl's room might feel chaotic, it isn't overpowering. If you want to look at every detail in his room, you can pause it and appreciate the effort from the animators, but if you were just watching it through, it can all blend together. Fourth up, we have personalization. These spaces by no means feel cookie cutter. You couldn't ask a realtor to show you spaces that looked like this, and that's because these spaces weren't meant to be sold. These spaces are lived in, and like I mentioned in the details section, it can be seen in every decoration and untidy space. These characters feel alive in these spaces because it appears to us like they have made them into their own. The trinkets and toys, the piles and piles of books, the cup left on a windowsill, the buttons and stamps used as wall art. Even in their working spaces, you can see bits and pieces of the character merging into the world around them. This is what adds a lot of the whimsy. In the rooms characters are forced to inhabit, there's a sense of offness. It doesn't feel as whimsical when it doesn't feel as much like them. In spaces where you can see evidence of someone's effort to feel at home, to make a home, you feel more invited in. The bare walls of a room are not particularly inviting. They do not have whimsy. Lastly, there is imperfection. A term I found recently explains this really well. The definition goes as follows. Wabi Sabi is a Japanese aesthetic philosophy that finds beauty in imperfection, impermanence, and incompleteness. It is a worldview that appreciates the natural cycle of growth and decay, the beauty of humble and modest things, and the unique character that comes with flaws and aging. The concept can be applied to many areas, including interior design, art, and one's general way of life, encouraging a more peaceful and authentic existence. Showcased in paper littered on the floor of an artist's home, or the mess found in Howl's space, these environments are anything but perfect. In a way, this imperfection can allow us to feel safe. These spaces feel vulnerable, and the act of allowing us to see them can come across as though we are close to the character. The act of being alive is messy and imperfect, and there's a bit of whimsy in that. To see toys littered across the floor, to see clothes hung up to be worn later, to see what is stocked in the pantry of a kitchen. We are invited into these spaces that guests don't often get to see. We are not guests anymore, we are family. The whimsy of these spaces can be found in the lack of what is considered perfect. They are asymmetrical, organic, and variational. They are not cleaned up and polished just for us, we see them as they are, even if that means picking out the least dirty piece of silverware. Okay, so how do I make my space feel more whimsical? Put a little bit more you into it. If your walls are bare, find posters or create art to hang up on them. Don't be afraid to add more color. This can be as simple as a rug or a blanket or some colorful lights. Let there be evidence of your life. Something I have done is put corkboards up on my wall to pin up little mementos. A friend crocheted me a flower which I have threaded into my bed. There are pictures of little me slotted between the springs of my top bunk. Make things and proudly display your creations. Your art doesn't have to reach a certain threshold of perfection to be worthy of attention. Consider getting lamps, LED strips, or string lights to add more secondary lighting to your space. Trust me, this can make all the difference. Add plants. Oh, but I kill all my plants, then get fake ones. Or ones that are really hard to kill. Snake plants and pothos can thrive on neglect. Ask me how I know. Plants are a huge part of Ghibli whimsy because they help spaces feel more alive. But Maria, I don't have the money for this. I hear you. I really do. Making a space your own takes time and intentionality. Luckily, it doesn't have to be expensive either. Thrifting or buying secondhand is both sustainable and easy on your wallet. Creating art doesn't have to cost a lot. Even something as simple as a paper chain made out of printer paper can add a touch more whimsy to your room. The whimsy of Ghibli's interior design is evidence of a life lived, so make your space your own.